Good morning. Good evening. Was that slow enough? Good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness. Welcome to Rage Across New York. Saskia's gonna murder me anyway. Um, on today scene, we're gonna see again the two delinquents of the Sept, who are gonna go after the cop. Because yeah, we don't like cops. Because well, there's been a few developments happening on the Sept, and well, they feel that pretty much it's a deed that needs to be added to Will's credit that they can report to Jacob. So the two sisters would be looking for the nearest donut store in the Sept, which is probably owned by a greasy bonar who you do not question where he gets his donuts or the freshness of them. You just accept the gift and eat them.
Jacob might not necessarily. Well, he certainly won't be found anywhere near any filthy boners, of course.
That's what
But
you
he can be found on Sept. He has frequent haunts. He's still in his uniform, but he's got his sweet new cam. So be careful what you say and what you do around him, of course. And yeah, he's just out in the open, walking around, quite literally walking around, with an obligatory donut. Actually, no, it's scones this time. He has a scone. You have no idea why he switched, but he has a scone on him.
Sure.
goddamn British.
That's a tie-in. That's significant.
Yeah, I guess Platahine and Tapisa will be walking up to Jacob. Platahine will show her throat respectfully and wait till he's done with whatever he's doing, probably eating one of those scones.
Yeah, take the knee. Take the knee, show and throw. Usual. We are duty.
Kill it.
And they start to kill Jacob.
I mean, that's what you said. Like, yeah, we have to follow your orders.
No. Yeah, okay, he sees you. He turns. He's like halfway through his scone. Oh. Hey, two, what's up?
Good evening, Raya. We have come to report a few things. One of which is that until you have passed judgment, the tale has still been spread among the spirits of the Sept about the incident.
Nice work.
And it seems that someone was pleased, as she's gonna give a side eye at Yellow Eye.
Yeah, you
like
can see that Platahine, she still has a couple of feathers around her ear, but there is an ear there on the left side where there first wasn't. And her left eye has also been it still looks like it's not completely seeing straight, so it's kind of staring out, and it's bright yellow.
Slight eyebrow raise at the yellow eye, but it's a Furge thing probably. So he whatever's it kind of freaking Furges.
I mean, whatever. Whatever, man. But yeah, she nods. we also have come to report about what has happened around the perimeters of a sept.
I heard the wards went off, but I wasn't around for that.
And she's gonna smirk, looking at her sister. Would you like to hear a story?
Sure, why not? He looks around, finds that, oh no, there are no seats in the middle of a park. That's kind of sad.
There's the ground. You can sit on it.
No, he can't. Like other people sit on the ground. Like ground is too plebeian.
I'm a man of concrete
Mm,
because we
no,
became.
no, just get out of this hangout this instance.
That's
No.
right. Bye.
Bye. So
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
so yeah, she's going to she's going to start her story as we were alerted through the cries of the ward as they told us that an enemy was passing our frontiers. My pack and Felix, the Glasswalker, and Alona of the Shadow Runners, we arrived and saw two monstrous and mechanized scorpions, those who answered to the name of Chaos Monitors. As we saw them and we were ready to battle to make them go away from our territory, Felix tried to use perhaps one of the gifts of his tribe to try and perhaps persuade them to leave peacefully, but they didn't seem to care as they attacked his mind, and with this clear sign of aggression, we all attack. While one was distracted by one of the mirror image of my sister, we attacked one all at the same time, but perhaps some came to realize that fighting minions of the Weaver is quite different from fighting the Worm. As Alona charged head first, fighting the Chaos Monitor, he focused on her instead of William, the Arun, the one who would be a bigger threat for him, and as such, she was constricted with his webs. And as we fought on, she makes a pause as she's trying to find the right word. She decided that it was a wise strategy to not fight anymore and just fly above everybody else. And as we fought the battle, me and my packmates fighting, inflicting damage, being helped by the suppressive fire of Felix. We attacked the second one as he must have observed, he must have learned and adapt from our previous fight. He constricted he constricted my Arun, so while Felix and Tlatehin were focused on keeping him busy, I was freeing him. And in our panic to try to free him out, I was left vulnerable to an open attack from the Chaos Monitor. So it came to me of a realization at this moment that my rage probably saved me in that instance. My rage made me frenzied, allowing me not to be bounded and restricted. So, as we all went back into fighting, we managed to kill the last Chaos Monitor as the one had run off. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to snap back. It took William and Alona to restrict me from attacking the other members of this war party. I would like to add and to recommend to your judgment the fact that William at that moment had chosen to sacrifice the last remnant of his rage during the fight to inflict tremendous damage to the Chaos Monitor, and as such chose to bravely interpose himself when I was about to strike my own sister. If he hadn't been there and chose to be selfless in that instance, things may have gone very differently. I would like to commend his actions, even if I know that you would probably prefer the opinion of others that were present during that day. Still, I think it should be noticed.
No, truth or die, eternal truth, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because people from the event weren't there, Jacob has to use a gift, which is not reliable. But it'll do. Because I always roll well when it comes to truth or guy. Kind of helps all you'll have like minute sub of 5 or lower.
I would like to add something to the story of the Pisa, not of this event, but something unfortunately again only my sister and I witnessed. Since Will is only allowed to talk to the both of us, I would still consider it a valid story. A couple of days ago, we were in the city. She uh,
Mm.
makes a face at that.
City. City.
We were in one of the parks nearby the apartment that he had stayed in for a while, and Will had a plan to step sideways into the Umbra and to go and kill one of the Weaver spirits just to help the park that was there. Tapisa agreed with him. However, I could see the flaw in this plan being that was it is difficult to cross the gauntlet in the city, and just killing a Weaver spirit would probably only make the Weaver retaliate with a bigger force. So I explained that I wasn't fond of this idea, that I would support them if they choose to do so, but that I saw danger, more danger than necessity in this plan. I explained my feelings, and instead of pushing his idea through, as he may have done so in the past, he chose to listen to the words of the theurge and decided that the plan would probably be better executed if we would be able to think about it further. From there on, he has also come up with several suggestions on how to make it easier to cross the gauntlet, and um, I think he shows that he is capable of taking advice of others and thinking his actions through. I wished for this story not to remain untold, even though I am not a Galliard like my sister is.
Understand. And kind of nod to her, approval of her stating her case.
Mm.
He stretches his arms out and takes a deep breath like he's considering something. Or like he's taking in something significant in scope. Well, you've been upfront with me. And I know you didn't have to tell me about William Mastrania Krinos in Homid, as perhaps a more cynical person would have seen it as reckless. He gives a bit of a slightly sly smile towards the two.
I guess that means I'll have to make a subterfuge roll there.
Go ahead.
Damn you once. I don't have any successes.
Oh, God. Ha, 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 ha. How are you feeling today?
She presses her lips together. That's all she does. She doesn't say anything. But yeah, you could sense some disapproval there.
Clearly
She is,
disagreed.
she's definitely a cynical person.
Aww. Aww.
Only a little.
Oh, a little. But yeah, the world's so big and scary.
Mm.
Okay, Jacob's knowing smile perhaps grows just a tiny bit wider. But so oh oh, I did not know there was a wild William in this scene.
Ain't here yet.
Um,
Nope.
well, you said you wanted to find Weaver spirits, and I suppose you got them.
Yes, they unfortunately were found a little too close to park. I'm glad we were able to fend them off, and it is Will being the only Arun there. He showed leadership, he showed intelligence, he showed a knowledge of strategics.
Stratagems.
So, yeah, blah 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 blah. English. I know good English, yes.
Da, comrade.
Latino,
Oui,
no good.
senor. Wait.
Latino, no good English, yes. I think he showed that he can definitely lead Garu wisely into battle.
Mm.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'll be honest, it would have helped if someone else had come to me, but I've analysed your statements, they're not untrue.
Alright.
And William has shown quick progress. I think I'll see if I can have a chat with him. Knowing him, he may very well wish to prolong the punishment himself because, well, we all know William.
We left him at the Cub Cabins. Well, the Cub Cabin and our cabin.
Oh, see, I like how you just left him there.
Hey, I don't know what he was doing there. That's not up to me. That's up to the player involved.
There is now a kennel.
He has some mail time. Watching a game called Rugby.
This is most likely a thing.
Most likely.
Robbie, because I don't know if you're just peeping or not, are you fine
No,
with
he's
actually
not.
being in the scene?
Yes, he is.
Rory's
Okay.
fine with it. I was invited.
Well, the idea was to invite you now so that you wouldn't actually know what was happening, you filthy English. Wow.
I can go.
You filthy English cat sound.
No, please don't go. Right. So I guess Latahina Tepisa will, well, not necessarily guide Jacob back to the cabin because he knows perfectly well where it is, but we'll walk on into the cabin and Latin will immediately check to see if there is both tea and coffee available. Will.
Oh, hey. Will is watching rugby.
Damn it. Called it. There is someone who wishes to see you. Could you come to the kitchen?
Yeah.
Will looks so like, oh shit. And yeah, He will come, turn it off. You can see he looks like he thinks he's about to get a bollocking.
Ah,
He's
you
Jacob.
have learned.
Suspicion confirmed. Hi, Rare.
Hey, William. Can I have a chat with you about when the wards went off? That's okay.
Oh, yeah. He gives Talata into Pisha a look, like what's going on. He feels ambushed.
Tlatahin is simply grabbing 4 mugs and is pouring either coffee or tea, whatever which prefers.
Still, there is a squinting look at them both. What have you done to me?
She's just gonna pat him. She's gonna pat him on the back.
Tata is just like pouring tea so hard right now. I'm not here. No.
Yeah, sure, Jacob. What do you want to know about?
Just your version of events. I know some chaos monitors showed up.
If you mean giant scorpions that threw webs on you, then yes.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the webs.
Yeah, we heard the calls. The water kind of did a howl, and we were nearby that area, so we went to the Bourne to defend it. There were the 2 giant scorpions. They appeared to be, spreading web onto the wards. We attacked. Oh well, firstly we kind of took a moment to assess the situation, and we decided that we'd go for the one on the left first. Felix seemed to want to, I think, communicate with them, but I don't know if him trying to communicate, they ended up doing some kind of mental attack on him, but he appeared to be kind of dazed and confused. Then we attacked. Alana went in first, got hit by some of the webs, and had to retreat to a safe distance. And I'm going to roll manipulation subterfuge. I have 3 successes. You can pay any of that.
Yeah, sorry, was he concealing a 10 or lying? Because I was going to do 2 rolls if it was concealing.
He's
That's the
he's
first
giving
roll.
he's giving a favourable version of events.
It
what
would
he's
still
doing.
register as true, so that's fine. Yeah, no, Jacob doesn't see anything wrong with this.
So yeah, then we attacked. I got webbed up as well. Teresa freed me, and then we ended up seeing them off. One fled, and we killed the other.
So, yeah, you need to say Tapisha, not Teresa.
So similar.
We need to give Teresa more deep names.
Yeah.
Or just call you what yours.
True.
And yeah, we saw them off, and we went to see if there were any areas that needed reinforcing. But I think the attack was, I don't know, if I had to guess, it seemed like a defense probing maneuver rather than an all-out invasion.
See, what, well, suffice to say, Renarin, what did you do?
Well, looks like he's not really sure where this is going. He thinks
Good.
it's maybe a trick question. I fought Rare. I'm not sure I understand.
You said you almost got calcified at one point, then you got freed.
I did actually, twice, by Tapisha here. She succeeded in taking down the final creature as well. Again, Will is omitting certain details. and I guess I should manip sub that.
I don't think Jacob has to roll for that because he already knows what Tapisha told him and Talate told him, so he knows the details that
I
are
mean,
being
if
omitted.
you've been told that, then it's
Yeah.
just known. Yeah.
And it's just like Jake's. Jacob doesn't feel offended more than he's like looks a little bit. When someone just wants to get to a point, or get to the point, a slight look of impatience. That'd be a good word for it. And then there was the immediate concern after the fight.
Oh yeah. The effects of the webs seem to provoke frenzy. They're constricting you. It's not a comfortable thing for Garu.
Yeah, I've been in them.
Okay.
It's not comfortable, as you say. Jacob feels like he's the expression Jacob gives off as if that's the understatement of the century. So yeah, frenzy happened.
It did, but it was short and controlled.
You're trying really hard, and I appreciate it, but I have been told the whole story already.
Oh, right. And he'll look at Tapisha.
Jacob almost leans against the wall
Just
in that like arrogant, asshole-ish fashion.
Is there a reason you're asking me then?
I think he wants your version of the events after the fight was over.
What was your opinion on how you thought you did?
Will's not going to brag. He'll just say... Does Jacob say that?
Yeah.
I did what I was supposed to do, right?
There's a breath from Jacob. It's not a sigh. It's actually legitimately it's a legit breath. He's not sighing at you. He says, "This is one of the few situations where I'd actually find it easier if you bragged, but okay, that works as well." Would you think that event would have been some work towards redeeming yourself of the punishment, right?
It happened in the heat of the moment. Frankly, it wasn't the first thing on my mind. The Sept was under attack, and I wasn't really... Well, it doesn't seem that important compared to what the other things that were happening.
Jacob looks towards Tapisha and Salate, and then just gives a casual shrug of, okay, kind of look, and says, "Well, this wasn't exactly as grandiose and ceremonious as I was hoping it to be, but I think you've done enough at this stage."
Oh, thank you.
You've been showing pretty quick signs of progress even before I punished you, so there's little point in dragging it out any further at this point.
Thank you, Jacob. I hope I'll learn from the experience and be more considerate in my actions.
You're welcome. Anytime. Gives me a sarcastic smile. But yeah, you've been a great help recently. I actually find it quite interesting how you've been able to help in spite of the fact that half the Sept isn't willing to talk to you.
I think it's more than half. You know, in my defense, right?
I'm being generous. Well, conservative.
Well, just drugs. If anything, he looks kind of embarrassed. Like he doesn't really know what to do. He finds this a bit awkward.
Yeah. Jacob looks awkward, not embarrassed, but it's kind of. And he'll just say, "I feel like this almost should have been a bigger deal."
Jacob Raya,
Mm-hmm.
with all due respect, but would you mind making the announcements to the rest of the Sept so that they will all know that we'll...
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll make it sound much more ceremonial than it actually went.
Kathleen does not smile at that, by the way. She's like, eh.
She gets winked at.
Doesn't have any sense of humor.
Smile, damn it.
No.
Do you know what the results of the attack were, Jacob? I haven't really heard anything since.
What, the Chaos Monitors? The Scorpion things?
Is anything? Are we changing patrol routes or yeah?
I don't think anything's been announced, and I certainly haven't been told of anything. That'll probably be down to the Worm, though, and the Warden.
All right then, I will wait with bated ears.
Yeah. Although it does seem the Weavers gotten the upper hand again, which is a problem.
He'll look at the other two and be like, "Yeah, we were all ready before this even happened." Kind of considering that.
And now they got me wearing a bloody camera on my chest.
Who?
Police force. They've installed a body cam system to combat corruption, air quotes. It's possible it's down to Weaver influence. In fact, likely, considering I was on a direct attack on Sept just recently.
Huh. I mean, that would cut down police, brutality and stuff, but it kind of sucks for us.
It's helpful in a lot of ways. It does make it harder for us to remain discreet.
I don't think we should be veil bridging in front of policemen in the first place, to be honest. But
yeah, this shouldn't, in theory, impact us too much unless a police officer does something stupid in the park, which can and probably will happen at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to have the situation under control from the inside before it reaches that point. And I'll probably tell people. Warn them in advance.
you've got friends in there. Is there any way you could, I don't know, change this?
I don't run the police force yet.
Smile.
So, not right now, no. I can probably make it less of an issue here immediately. Or at least push in that direction pretty hard. So it's going to be a bit more out of sight and out of mind. But there's not a ton I can do about it. As you said, it shouldn't really be an issue anyway, because we shouldn't be breaking the vela in front of police officers to begin with, unless it's me.
Still, caution is best, and that can only be repeated often enough.
Aye, indeed. Well, I should probably get out of here. Oh, wait, no. Salate, I need to arrange a meeting with you and Alona
Yes, Raya.
at some point regarding the whole fall-on thing.
Right.
We're going to be moving ahead now.
What's going on with it?
Wouldn't it be better if you'd have Felix and Juana present?
Yeah, we're going to see if we can get everyone,
Since
every
they were
theatre and every
not-
philodox at the same place at the same time, but I'm accounting for the fact that might not be a possibility, considering that duty calls from time to time. Yes, I'll see if we can get everyone together.
In the end, it was Felix and Alana who found out, and so I think you should focus on them and not on me. Raya, with all due respect.
User left your channel.
She just shakes her head.
Jacob just is like, okay, and looks slightly amused at her downplaying herself again.
User left your channel.
All right. While you sort this out, I am going to find us some snacks and probably something to celebrate. And oh, see, I need to go. So this is where the Bisha is going to get some things to feed, to force feed William. Probably also calling Becky, saying, "Yeah, he needs a big surprise. I will make your life a living hell." It's your run, guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you. Thanks, Demi.
Yeah, he's just about to press the muffin button.
Do you want me to arrange the meeting, Raya, or will you do it yourself?
I'd appreciate it, considering you probably know a lot of them better than I do, being of the same auspice and dealing in the same business.
Right.
I'll see if I can organise a time as to when Bailey can attend. If not, I'll be representing the Philodox at the meeting.
Yes, Raya.
Is she is Talate drinking anything? Did she make herself something to drink?
No.
Okay.
Well, okay, no. She poured a cup of coffee for herself, but it's still standing there, like not touched.
Well, I appreciate the help as always.
Yes, Raya.
Thanks very much, Jacob. There's new people on Sept I want to meet and annoy.
Yes. There's a new Lupus Ragabash on set.
Really?
Yes, a Bonor Shady Side Up, I think she's called. I haven't met her myself yet.
I've seen some of them around. I saw some girl with like headdress or something. I assume a Fianna, it was like stag's antlers.
Oh, 10 point, yes.
That's not a headdress, Will.
Yeah, she's a Metis, and that that was part of her deformity.
She has actual antlers.
Yes, she has actual antlers.
That's badass.
It kind of is.
Yes,
The
I'm
problem, of
confused.
course, is... Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry. Go on ahead.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
Oh, yes. Please give me 3. Please give me 3. Yeah. That's lovely. Jake will just say, problem is, of course, maintaining the veil.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you guys see how or talk about how badass it is to have antlers, you can see Tlatahin becoming like a little pale or something. Like she
Stop
looks a little.
saying metas are good, I suck.
No, stop saying that it's awesome. It's not. So yeah. Oh, also, Will, you can see that Tlatahin has a her ear kind of back, like there's still some black feathers around, and one of her eyes is, well, her left eye is also back, but it's bright yellow, and it seems like it's still a little blurred.
Oh, cool. We'll actually be like, we will actually go over to Sarti and look at that if he's only just noticing it. Does it work?
Does what work?
VI.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still kind of hazy. But I think my sight is returning slowly. They've accepted the chiminage.
Nice. Good work. Gives you a pat on the shoulder.
She'll step aside.
You
Thank
don't
you,
look
Ryan.
down on my pats on the shoulders.
She's not looking down on it.
That's right. You're gonna appreciate it. Dream
Jacob,
ravens, right? Oh, sorry, William.
sorry. I was just going to say, if I'm back to being able to chat to people, I was thinking of moving ahead on the brewery business.
Yes.
I need to talk to Teresa about it, obviously, but she's got the information that I've been gathering. I think it looks like the company's targeting New York specifically.
Hmm.
The further you go out of the city, the less worm tainted the alcohol appears to be, and the less of it there is.
That's very
There's a
interesting.
lot of it in the city, and they are purposefully, from what I can see, undercutting any competition, selling it super cheap.
So they're selling it at a loss.
I mean, I don't know their business practices, but you know, if other companies are selling it at a profit, then they're undercutting them by a good amount.
Hmm. Jacob looks somewhat displeased by this information. Well, the sooner we get rid of it, the better. If they are selling it at a loss, then shutting down the brewery should just put them out of business completely. At least here.
Yeah, it's hard to know though. I mean, putting them out of business is, if we attack the factory or something.
Yeah, they do have insurance payouts, but it'll still cost them money.
I mean, I think it will generate an incredible amount of publicity if they're subject to some kind of domestic terrorism attack. Almost definitely how they'll spin it.
You'd be surprised how often that gets ignored here. There is... This sept has been responsible for much more arson than I am comfortable with.
To me, I would feel like, I don't know.
If it's...
I think if they get discredited or we remove the head of the snake,
Hmm.
it could have a permanent long-term effect rather than just go in and smash up some machinery and kill a shift manager.
Alright. sabotaging
I don't know.
equipment would be a secondary objective. You'd want to get rid of the individual or entity pulling the strings.
That'll be the idea. I mean, we know the big boss man is whatever he's called, King, but I don't know. I think we do need some kind of tactical meeting on this. Obviously, Teresa's in charge. I'm sure she has more information than me.
Yeah, you said the alcohol is very worm tainted here, but outside the city it's not as worm tainted, or not worm tainted.
There's just less of it. The worst is the whiskey, and the beer is bad, but they just don't appear to be selling it as much outside the
Okay.
city.
So it must get worm tainted in a way. So they must have something inside that fabric. Factory, brewery, that makes it. There must be some kind of additive, or maybe they've tainted the waters. If they've tainted the waters, there's something we can do.
Yep. That's why I kind of suggested the idea of some kind of scouting mission. You know, find out what's in there, or try get somebody on the inside.
That'd be intelligent. I was just wondering, because if it was only worm tainted within the city, and it was possible this king guy might not have actually been worm tainted himself, and it could have been middle management. But if it's still worm tainted outside the city and they're still selling it just less, then
Oh, I haven't been that far outside the city, right? I've been like outside New York proper, like upstate. It's less. I haven't surveyed that far afield.
well, I mean, the very fact that you didn't have to go that far to find out that they weren't selling it that much.
Yeah.
Still. Right, well. You go do that. I might actually show up to the meeting myself. I know I'm a bit of a late addition, but, you know, whatever works, right?
Yeah, of course. The more people that pull together, the better. I know Chloe of your pack has. I expressed an interest in her joining us, and obviously she outranks me, so she would have probably led the mission, or Teresa, if she wasn't going to. I wasn't sure if Teresa was going to make that particular one at first.
War is generally on Arun's purview. Granted, Galliards also lead in times of war as well, but Arun's most commonly. You can count on them both to pull you through whatever mess you might have gotten yourself into, though. As he totally flagrantly undermines everything William has done and said so far.
Sorry, what was that? Bob's talking to me.
He was saying, but you can count on those two, referencing Teresa and Chloe, to get you all out of whatever mess you found yourself in. Totally undermining what you said and have done.
Will doesn't take it badly at all. Yeah, he'll just say, yeah, whatever needs to be done. You can actually, I guess I should nip sub. Single success. You can tell it's not a huge amount of will. He's not like, but I think he feels like he definitely at least wants some kind of credit for this. Like he's not like being arrogant about it. But deep down, he definitely wants.
He just wants what he's earned.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way of saying it.
Yeah. Anywho, good work so far.
Thank you.
I'll man, this punishment's gonna be ugly as fuck. I should probably have a chat with Balian. Get out of your hair, leave you to do your thing, meet the new faces.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Actually, and Will actually say. Oh, actually, I can't tonight. I'm I think I'm going out into the city. But yeah,
Filthy
you.
evil scum.
He looks a little embarrassed about that admission, but you're not sure why.
Well, stay safe out there. There's some very, very curious individuals in that city. There's actually someone who walked up to me the other day, who I'm pretty sure possibly was a mage. I'm pretty sure she did a thing.
A mage?
Yeah. I don't know much about him. Olaf did. They, well, I mean, they literally cast magic, but not in the way we do. Apparently, they can pull off some really crazy shit, given a bit of time.
Why aren't they helping us then? It's their planet too.
I don't know. Actually, I did discuss this way back when I was a cub with Olaf. Apparently, they have their own conflicts. Some of them are like outright Gaia, and others are pretty worm tainted. So they're not exactly cohesive on the issue themselves. Granted, the last thing I want to be dealing with is a worm tainted mage, if what I hear is true.
Can that happen?
Anything can be corrupted by the worm. Not the individual I met. I tried checking the worm, see if there's any worm taint on her, and there was none at all. It was very strange. Could have been a kinfolk I haven't met before.
Yeah,
But she seemed like fairly nervous around me. She didn't seem to know who I was. She could have just been a very strong-willed human.
Or she could be someone that has had a bad experience with the NYPD.
Well, she thanked me for my service and bought me a coffee, so...
Oh.
Yeah. She's actually invited me to a dinner party. It's probably nothing.
Right.
I'm just gonna, I'll treat it with the same degree of caution as I treat everyone else with. Everything else with. Because it's not usually expected for a normal person to walk up to one of us without issue.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure she did something, I just don't know what it was.
I had this feeling the other night as well. There was some drug dealer and he looks a little bit guilty. Jacob, I went to buy some peyote from. And yeah, I don't know, I sensed something weird. But I don't know. He didn't seem to know what I was talking about when I kind of... Not that I questioned him, but yeah.
Well, I'd recommend being very careful with that peyote.
It's part an ingredient for one of my tribe's rites, right?
Ah, interesting.
We let guys teachers speak to us.
Fascinating. Granted, if this person is suspicious, I'd still recommend a bit of caution.
I don't think I'll go near him again. It was some drug dealer up in the Bronx.
Ugh. I mean, crime is a breeding ground for worm taint. So, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on.
Alrighty then.
Okay, have you both of your hair now?
Thanks, Jacob. I look forward to reacquainting myself with the set.
Hmm.
And I hope it won't happen again.
Thank you, Raya.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your day, both of you. And
You too?
with that, Jacob will depart. His hand held high, slowly transforming into an even more robotic variation of Jason Gordon-Levitt. Beep boop, I'm Hollywood.
As Jacob goes, Will turns to Talate. You guys didn't have to go speak to him.
Why not?
You know what? It's fine. Thank you very much.
She looks a little confused. But she'll just shrug. The Pisa did most of the talking.
Then I'll have to thank the Pisha later.
Yes.
Well, I might make myself reacquainted with the Sept before Becky says she needs to take me somewhere tonight.
Okay, well.
I'll be back later.
Fun. I have to set up this meeting with the Theurges anyway, so.
How does the eye feel?
Weird. It's still blurry. Yeah. But I'll manage. I'm happy that the Chiminich was accepted. Mostly.
It looks almost like you've got some kind of spirit heritage, but obviously we're in the Tellurian.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll stay like that?
I don't know. Maybe when the rest of the Galliards have given their stories. Not all of them have done so.
I'd like to get you and your sister at some point, and maybe others of the Sept as well. If those Chaos Monitors come back, we can think of a more effective way to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to head off. Thank you, sister. I may see you around Sept later.
Have fun.
Will's going to begin stepping out and then kind of look back at Talate. Is everything okay?
Yes.
Peony. 4 successes.
Wow. She just seems to be distracted and in thought. It's not necessarily anything really wrong. It's just, yeah, thinking about things.
What's up, sister? You seem 1,000 miles away.
There are a lot of things on my mind. Nothing bad. Just things.
Well, if you want to share them, even though I can't offer any advice, it might be nice to say them out loud.
I'm just thinking about how the other Theurges will think of it if I step up to them and arrange a meeting. I'm only a medicine Cleath. And I am thinking about what we spoke of yesterday, the webbings and how to undo them, whether we can do something about that. And there are some other things, nothing major really.
Well, in these matters, you don't just represent yourself anymore. You represent me and your sister as well. You're our Theurge as well, after all. So know that you have our full backing on all things. Besides, you've proven yourself time and time again to be an extraordinarily talented Theurge.
She blushes at that and will lower her gaze and kind of look away and then shrug. I'm kind of capable, I guess.
Come on, we've had enough false modesty today.
I
Medium
am
modest with
not.
Jacob. I know I kicked ass.
I am not a Fostern yet. I haven't proven that much. I am just doesn't matter. We'll go and have fun and be around to Sept and be able to talk to people. Go talk to Chloe. I'm sure she missed you. I guess I'm gonna do some training before I go talk to the others.
I'll see you around later.
See you later.
Yeah, Will will give Talati a squeeze on the arm and then head off. And oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, Tlata will grab her cup of coffee that's now kind of fairly cold and starts drinking it. Staring at the television that's still like showing the rugby match that she still doesn't understand or knows how to switch off really. And I think that's a great time to end the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Even those that aren't here anymore, thank you, watchers, for watching. And enjoy your day. And see you again on Living World of Darkness.